Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to play some 60 seconds. So if you look at these achievements right here, we only need 2 left to 100% this game to get it platinum. And we are struggling with this final one. It's the most difficult one. You have to defeat, well, I guess beat, these 3 game modes on the hardest difficulty. And the last one we have left is Sarah Bomber. And it is driving me insane. So let's go ahead and hop right in. We'll just see what they give us in the bunker, because you don't get any type of scavenge. You just got to work with what you got. Let's see, day 1. Oh no, we don't have any of the ending items. The only hope is that we get some good items on the first couple expeditions, or we get a lot of food and water and we can ride it out to the cat exit, because I haven't really tried that yet, but I think we could potentially do it. Either way though, I was going to say, if you like this kind of content, make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more like it. I'd really appreciate it. The channel's growing super fast and I'm super excited about it. Let me see. At least the 2 of us made it. We only had, if only we had a smaller house and less slippery floors. We don't, alright, then he goes in about the food and the water. Alright, let's skedoodle to this. We always thought life would be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think it could be much better. In a way, not that much has changed. It's probably my favorite non-event event. I just think it's such a good little saying. Alright. What we make of today will be our tomorrow. So let's make it right. Indeed, indeed. Also, I mentioned it before. I am extremely excited for Echoes of Ironcrad release. I cannot wait. It's a game based on an anime. And I'm telling you, it's going to be such a fun game. I got the Ultimate Package, which means I'm going to unlock hard mode as soon as I get the game. Or hard mode, what is it? No, it's not called hard mode. It's called hardcore mode, sorry. So that means if I die, I lose the game entirely. And that's coming up. I'm going to do that as a series. And I'm just going to do it once. If I die, I die. I want to know if I'm a side character or if I'm a main character. I want to see if I can beat the game first try. Mary Jane has been dropping hints that it's a special day for her today. We had to think about it real hard, and after eliminating our average festivals, the anniversary of that great barbecue we had 3 years ago, International Popcorn Day, we realized she was talking about her birthday. That means we need to get her a gift. We don't have any gifts for her, unfortunately. But yeah, Echoes of Ironcrad. I can't wait. I'm telling you, I've been thinking about it every day. I'm so excited. If you want to watch that series, make sure you subscribe so you can catch it in the future. It's going to be a one-off thing. I typically do roguelikes and incrementals. So, oh, also, I don't need to give them any water until day 5. That's when they get thirsty. And then day 10, they get hungry and thirsty. So, we're going to send the daughter because we don't want to risk the dad. I don't really see... I mean, I could use the checkerboards, but if I get the items for the twins escape, I want to make sure I have the checkerboard, because that's one of the items I need for them. I think that's literally the only item I have that would be... The checkered boards work for the twins escape, and the gun works for the government escape. Potentially. It depends on their options. So, we'll send the daughter out. We have to keep an adult alive, so we don't want to use the dad. We are going to cycle them out in the beginning, though, and then it's just going to be the daughter, and if she gets lost, she gets lost. It is what it is. But we're going to try to milk that train until we can get some supplies going. Whether going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, it's worse. They're spiders, and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about it. That is the event that could turn the daughter into a mutant, which that would be insane if I could get that. Luckily, he did not get tired. We decided to get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have luck next time. So good. He's just dehydrated. It's day 5, so we have to give him water. We were discussing our plans for the first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered they came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were sorry sight. And we were surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could, food, water, or medical supplies. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I believe they could give us stuff, but I also believe, because it helps with his sanity. If the dad goes crazy, that really hurts us. They gave us a radio. That's government. Okay. Our visitors were in tears when we gave them what they asked for. We survived the nuclear apocalypse only to be nearly strangled by thankful refugees. Hugs can kill, you know. Lucky for us, they decided to continue their journey to get somewhere safe before the sunset. As they were about to leave, one of them presented us with a portable radio. They would not take no for an answer and soon left, waving goodbye until they disappeared amongst the rubble. Alright, it's day 6. We don't have to feed or do anything. Okay, and of course, everything is shaking, cans are jumping all over the place. If this happened before we drank that delicious wine for supper a few weeks back, it would seem perfectly normal. It's either another nuke or a quake. Either way, we need to grab something before everything gets smashed. Alright, so we're going to grab the radio. It sucks that we're going to lose the gas mask, but that's okay. It's not a super terrible thing. It's not a priority item, but it is a convenient item to have. Earthquakes or not, nothing is going to stand between us and the daily dose of our radio static. We were able to grab it before it could fall down and get smashed. Something else might be broken, but we won't know until we've cleaned this place up. Alright, so day 7, we're fine on that. There's nothing more annoying than silence. That's all we're getting from our radio. No music, no talking, nothing. Is there anything we can do with the radio to make it work again? We're so low on items, I don't want to risk it, because when you tinker with the radio or mess with the radio, it could potentially break. And if we do that, we're kind of in a pickle. What did you even do out there, Mary Jane, besides get sick? Holy cow. Nothing. Okay. We're sure they are experiencing technical issues. Yes, that's it. Everything will be just fine. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Unfortunately, the search was futile. We gained nothing from this excursion. Oh, this might be a wash from the jump. This is a crazy one. We got to send the dad. Ha, guess what? We already got ourselves our very own Fallout garden. We've got a bunch of mushrooms growing on the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about that? Should we prepare mushroom feast today? No. I never eat the mushrooms. I don't know if it will ever give a positive insight or a positive outcome, but it's just not worth the risk to me because it gets them sick. If the dad gets sick, pretty much guaranteed loss on this run. Dehydration and starvation. Nobody needs to eat until tomorrow. We're going to send the dad out and hope for the best. Hopefully he returns with, like, you know, nothing crazy. Just like 10 items, 5 soup, 5 water. Nothing crazy. Just the normal. Let's see. Daughter needs both. Alright, a really weird feeling when it's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one is hiding there. There's something alive down here besides us. Maybe a rodent of some kind. If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species of this paradise now. We'll use the gun and pray it doesn't break. I wish I had an axe for these situations, though. Okay, good. Gun didn't break. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. We're going to send her... We didn't expect the phone call so soon after the atomic bomb dropped, yet here we are. We can clearly hear the phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? Yes, please. That is the twins for the escape. That is how you start that. If you want to, like, kind of learn this stuff with me, you can go back in the series. I didn't make a singular playlist for this, but I've got tons of 60 seconds videos, and every time I get an achievement, I try to label them that. So if you're curious on a lot of this stuff, you can go back and check it out. It's, you know, there's a lot of stuff in the history. I'm about to hit my 1-year mark officially, I believe in August. And when that happens, I'm going to take my all roguelike playlist and name it 2026 roguelike playlist. And then I'm going to make another new playlist for 2020. Well, I won't name it 2026. I'll just name it Playlist 1. Or first year roguelikes or something like that. And then I'll start the next one and be like second year roguelikes. That way, you know, it's a little bit easier to kind of get through. And if people don't want to watch my very early videos, because they were a little bad. Audio was rough. I mean, even now, I don't do anything crazy, you know. But I just kind of feel like I've kind of developed a habit, you know. I've got the gears that I want to move. You know what I mean? When we answer the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope that they'll get back to us soon. Indubitably. Alright. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought that the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Alright, we'll click the radio. This starts the government escape. I'm going to get a drink of my drink because I'm thirsty as heck. Oh no, my cap. Don't run away, boy. Alright, let's see. We made contact. The military is out there and they're coming for us. All we have to do now is to wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions to keep our radio working. Alright. Starvation tomorrow for the daughter. Mary Jane was injured on her last expedition. She didn't mention it to us, and we didn't notice. It wasn't a problem until just now. It seems her injury got infected and she's in bad shape. We must help her. We don't have anything to help her. Hopefully it doesn't injure her. I would like to have 2 people to go on expeditions for a little bit. Okay, she's not tired anymore and she's not injured. That's good. Mary Jane will be fine. It's not the first time and it won't be the last time she's sick. She is looking a bit pale today, though. Poor girl. Alright, we'll give her food. We can give her water tomorrow. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else has made it safely. The radio could help us on this. We're not using that. That is one of the Tinker with the Radio events. If we do that, it's very risky. The dad was out for a little bit. Okay. He got a med kit. I'm going to immediately use it on the dad. They say ignorance is bliss, but another day without any clue about what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Before leaving our neighborhood, the expedition noticed a group of scavengers. We didn't know them, yet they didn't have any reservations about scavenging the area clear. We decided to steal one of the numerous backpacks they had while they weren't looking. Lucky find, there were cans inside. Oh, it's soup. So we got 1 soup can. The sound of glass hitting glass while running with the backpack could mean only one thing. Water, plus 2 water. At the bottom of the backpack, underneath a dozen or so pieces of women's underwear, we found the first aid kit. We spotted some sort of vehicle down the street. We couldn't get a good enough look at it. In the dark, maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Alright, so we're going to use this on the dad. The daughter needs dehydration. The dad is fine. We'll send the daughter on an expedition now. We're just going to go back and forth. Oh, sorry, my nose is super stuffy. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. It's been raining and not raining nonstop back and forth. It's got my sinuses and my allergies going crazy. Ha! Hear that? There's a sound I've heard of animals stampeding just above our heads across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. Might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. I'm going to send the dad. I should have saved the med kit. I should have removed the med kit and then sent him because he might get injured. Okay, good. He's not injured. And we got a ton of food. Holy cow. We found a herd and we were able to bring down something that looked like a 2-headed donkey that was carrying a package of sorts. Before we could get to it, a giant bird of prey swooped down, grabbed the carcass, and flew away. All that remained were a few cans of soup that fell out of the donkey's pack. That's amazing stuff right there. Starvation for the dad. We'll go ahead and just give it to him. The daughter's going on an expedition. We don't really have anything to send her with that we can spare. So let's just hope for the best from her. Last expedition, she didn't do too good. She needs to make up for that, or I will ration her food stricter. Mary Jane went outside. Dehydration for the dad. We'll give him water tomorrow. Ah, where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear, it's a pipe that's leaking green goo. That's not good. It's not good at all. We need to act now, and no one packed a mop. What do we do? I don't have anything to do. If I had the gas mask, you know. I'd like to have the map. The map would make me feel more comfortable. We couldn't figure it out, so we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe. None whatsoever. Alright, dehydration for the dad. Open in the name of freedom! Came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open it? Yes, it's almost always the Wolverines, and they always help me out. I hope I get an axe from them. That would be really good for the twins, and we got the axe. Holy cow, this is going to be good. When we peeked outside, we were greeted by a group of high school students. They were all equipped and looked like they could take care of themselves. They questioned us about enemy combatants in the area. We couldn't help them, but they were happy to leave one of their spare axes with us in case we needed to defend ourselves. When we asked why they would help us, they replied, "It's what Wolverines do." That's fair. That's fair. That is what Wolverines do. Time to listen to the radio chatter. Maybe we'll pick up some useful shred of information on how to get out of this mess. No. That is a tinker event. We do not mess with those. It's like a guaranteed break the radio moment, you know? Alright, so we've got the axe and the checkerboard. Those are both good for the twins escape. We need... What is it? We need the map. We need the map, like, really bad. Let's not even bother with that radio. It's not like we're going to learn anything useful. Alright, the dad is starvation. We'll give him food tomorrow. Ooh, we can trade... This is trade for, like, food and stuff. I mean, I could get 4 waters, though, for the gun. And I don't need water for the twins escape. Or I don't need the gun for the twins escape. But I might need it for the government escape. This is a hard one, actually. This is a hard one, actually. That is a lot of water. But I got her on an expedition. I've got 3 bottles. Worst case, she doesn't come back. 3 bottles will last me a little bit. I don't want to trade the checkerboards because that's part of the twins, and we've got 2 items for the twins escape now. I'm hoping they go, hey, do you need an axe? Or can you help us chop wood? And that would be the axe. And then the next one's like, hey, we need stuff for the kids, and we can give them a checkerboard. I'm not going to risk it. I need the items. I need the items. I got to just hope the expeditions do great. I can't get rid of that gun because if I need it. Plus, it helps with the raiders, which is super important as well. The salesman was very friendly, but he didn't have anything that took interest to us. If it was a map, I would have been all over it. A young man paid us a visit today. He told us the story of his brave twin sister who went missing while spying at a nearby bandit camp. He said that while these circumstances are far from perfect, they were in fact meaning to contact us eventually and meet us. He believes his sister was discovered and is currently held captive at the camp. He has a few men, but he could use all the help he can get. Should we help him out? Yes, send the dad to help him out. And this is part of the twins escape. So now we just need 2 more encounters with them, I believe. I think that's it. And both of those will require an item at random. It's either map or axe, and then the next one is like book or toys. The young man was assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed but really friendly. We found the girl, threw her weapon, and fought off the bandits guarding the exit. Siblings were happy to be reunited, but also very confused. Turns out the bandit leader is actually their father. Crazy, small world we live in. Anyway, they were really thankful and promised to contact us again soon. Good deal. Dehydration, we'll wait till tomorrow. We're able to catch the military broadcast. We need a flashlight for the military. This time they're asking us to go out with a flashlight to signal their plane after it gets dark. If all goes well, we'll be able to find us. Sounds like we'll be leaving soon. Okay, I don't have a flashlight at all. I was hoping... Well, no, because the other one would be the map. I don't even have a map, so... The signal has to wait. Besides... Do they even know how much a flashlight batteries cost, especially in this economy, especially after it was wiped out? Give him his water. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We're pretty sure that there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from a retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of their supplies. They're old anyways. You know what? I usually don't do this because I don't want the dad to go insane, but I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to rob them. I'm so low on stuff, and I want to make this work. Okay, that's fine. We did good. She did good. I don't know what came from where, but holy biscuit. Let's see. We went and got what we needed and came back. We're sure that the group will do just fine, most probably. Yeah, absolutely. We took a suitcase. Wasn't even worth it. Dude, Mary Jane put in some work, though. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning from the shelter from the surface. Our house is in ruins. We still haven't paid the mortgage. No need to worry about that now, is there? The least we could do is to pick through whatever was left and see if there are any useful items. Maybe one of Timmy's comic books survived. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room was a burned desk and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soups of cans. Kids hiding soups of cans is crazy. Soups of cans, that's not even the right words. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched our floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remain scattered in the dirt. Only a handful of books survived the apocalypse. They were scattered all over the lawn. Many of them were badly burnt, but a scout's handbook with the number 13 scribbled on the first page was barely touched. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us an anti-bug spray and wished us the best of luck. That's pretty solid. The vehicle down the street looks like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. I do want to, at the least, make progress on the vehicle. Because if we can make progress on the vehicle, that is like almost a guaranteed escape in the future by just doing expeditions. And it's not so strict. It's basically just food or water, one of the two. Is Ted tired? He's not. Should I risk the scavenge, or should I risk the expedition? Because I still need a map. We've got the gun. I'm going to do one more expedition with Ted, and that's it. And I'm going to hope that we get a map. If we can get a map, we're good. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set for the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent that man away. Good riddance. Starvation. Give him some food. Give her some food. We're going to send Ted. Hang on, let me look at my cheat sheet. I've got a cheat sheet. I don't know if you guys know this. No, not Vampire Survivors. Although I do enjoy that game. I am just setting up my cheat sheet to tell me what items will help me on my expeditions. Because it's basically, if you take certain items, you have a likelihood of coming back with other items. So, I need to pull this up, and then, nope, you need to be big screen. Sorry, it's taking me a second. Okay, now go back to this. Alright, so we're not taking the book, the axe, the radio, the gun, or these. So really, we only have the bug spray. Which, what does that do? Bug spray. Potential map. Are you serious right now? How insane is that? We've got that. Bug spray, bug spray, bug spray, bug spray. There we go. This can bring the map. It's either 2 cans of soup, map, or radio. Now keep in mind, this checklist is a little shorthanded because sometimes there's an extra thing that I just don't have written down or memorized. So, I'm hoping to get the map though. Because I already have a radio. So it's not going to give me another radio. But it could potentially just give me some soup. And, you know. She's dehydrated. I'll give her water tomorrow. Ooh, they can offer a lock for a gun. Someone paid us a visit today. It was overly cheerful, red-haired woman accompanied by a grumpy old mercenary. If I had bullets, that would have been insane. The type was probably her bodyguard. She told us she was a trader and eagerly showed us items she had brought along. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. If Ted's alone and the daughter dies, I can send him on an expedition alone with the padlock at the base to protect my base. But I don't know if it's guaranteed return for him, though. But it also helps with raiders. But the gun is for the government and also helps with raiders. I don't think I'm going to risk another expedition. I'll keep the gun. I think that's the smart move. I'll keep the gun. The lock helps us in no way with escapes. So we'll keep the gun. It was hard to turn her down because of that dang cheerfulness, but we did it anyway. The woman seemed a bit disappointed and tried to offer us schematics for a weird gun. We turned that down too. It's not like we have any tools around here. Okay, dehydration for her. Our first aid kit is of no use, and we need... Oh, we're serious. We could have had a first aid kit. For some bizarre reason, we believe we can use lethal bug spray to produce some additional medicine. Maybe it'll work. Maybe we won't know until we tried, right? That would have been neat, but I think a map is more important right now. I need the dad to get back with the map. I mean, maybe I could have saved it until they came back to visit to find out if they even want the map. How about that trip to Nevada we've been postponing for a while now? Maybe we should go there. That's our first step after we get out of here. But the problem is, if I don't try to get the map as soon as possible, right? And then they arrive, it adds on like, you know, 4 or 5 days. Those are crucial. We've learned that from the past events because, like, we'll get to the very end, literally just needing like 1 or 2 days, and we die. We go insane and leave the base, or we die from disease, or a raider comes in. That's happened multiple times. Maybe moving away won't be too bad. We could probably make new friends, meet new people, provided anybody's still alive, that is. Alright, she is starvation. Just go ahead and give her some food. Sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. I'm debating this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm debating this. I've got a lot of food. I could spare a can of food. Let's do it. Let's get the cat. And we can attempt the cat escapes as well. The dad's home. And we're going to get the cat. Okay, med kit. Obviously going to the dad. No map. But we got a gas mask as well and a bunch of water. Alright, let's read through it. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds that terrified. We backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Shirikov. That's its name. Alright, so we got some more bug spray, or we got it back at least. Our expedition was able to locate a hospital. It appears that the blast blew up some of the upper floors, beds with some of the patients still on them. The shreds of medical equipment were lying all over the place. However, after exploring the first floor, we concluded that a majority of the people inside evacuated the building in time. The canteen had a respectable amount of tomato soup. It looks like this was the only thing that they fed their patients. Now we're 100% sure it's healthy. There were plenty of bottles of liquid, one in the wards, peroxide or not, water is water, and beggars can't be choosers. It wasn't hard to find a fully equipped first aid kit, and it's a hospital after all. One of the surviving beds had a gas mask hanging on it with a note that read, "Wear this, the patient is really smelly." Okay, so he's getting that for sure. She's diseased. I don't mind if the daughter dies. It'll save us on food and stuff. We're not sending an expedition. We're good on that. But previous expeditions reported a strange vehicle nearby, and the last trip to the surface confirmed this discovery. It's armored and weaponized ice cream truck. No wheels, no gas. Just wasting away out there. How about we turn it into an art project? I'm going to use the suitcase because we don't need it. This will heal the dad, fix the vehicle, and so now we made progress on that. I believe next time we run into this vehicle, let me read it and find out. Art in the current era should be practical. We picked up different objects that the best represented the wasteland life. In the end, the suitcase was filled with skulls, bones, stinky rags, and empty soup cans. The vehicle sure looks menacing with those decorations. The suitcase got all nasty from the skeletons and whatnot, so we got rid of it. Okay, so I still need to get wheels, I believe. Alright, starvation. Let's just give it to him. We've got plenty. Dehydration. We'll just give it to her. We're not doing an expedition. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in the fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player, who probably never heard of a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend and knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. We're so wealthy right now, that would be ridiculous to do that. What is this again? Okay, we need to signal our position with a flashlight. This is the vehicle's progress. Looks pretty cool, but we need wheels. We're not doing the Merryman. You have to have like 5 or less items, 6 or less items, something like that. So if you got items, it's best to just tell them, skedoodle, leave us alone. We didn't answer those particular calls and kept the door locked until those noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sound harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these terrible times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. That's right. Dehydration tomorrow. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Shine your boots and hoist your flag. The army is on the radio again. They're telling us to get our flashlight ready to signal their aircraft. It'll be flying over our area later this evening. If they see our light, they'll know where to look for us. We don't have it. I'm just praying that it doesn't need the map for the twins. It's man, please don't do that to me. The signal has to wait. Besides, do they even know how much a flashlight batteries cost, especially in this economy, especially after it was wiped out? Okay, dehydration. The daughter's in rough shape. The boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied, but maybe we could take advantage of some sort of supplies and pretend they're props on a movie set. I guess we can use the axe to help with morale and sanity. I usually use the suitcase when this pops up, but... Ted and Mary Jane used to be big cinema buffs before the apocalypse, so they instantly jumped on this idea. Mary Jane always complains singing in the rain lacks action, so they took the axe and improvised the extra scene. Very bloody. They insist the movie would have been way better if it had more axes in it. That's good. He's fine. She's at starvation. I'll give her some food. Shurkoff sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. Just so happens that we found an address on its collar. It's unlikely that its owner is still alive, and a trip to the wasteland is always risky. Should we go outside and check the address? Yes. So we're starting the cat's ending. I think there's a chance we could do it. I'm optimistic. The daughter died, but that's okay. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by two men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying that they've been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Shurkoff belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it in the last few days. Alright, and then it says, Mary Jane's sickness got worse, and when we weren't able to provide her with medicine, she decided it's time to cure whatever she had on her own. She left a note saying she's not coming back since we never liked her, since she never liked our town to begin with. Wow. What a traitor. Alright, during the night we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind the door. When we peeked out into the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? No. We're not going to open it because we have plenty of food or water, and most likely it is only for food. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're getting a flashlight anytime soon. We have no idea who left this, and nowadays you can't trust anybody. We're not risking our lives for some supplies. They could be poisoned. We threw the gift away and quickly forgot about it. Okay, so he's thirsty and hungry. No expedition. The more we know about... I'm of the opinion that we're not getting the government escape, so I'm going to use the radio on the Tinker events now and hope it doesn't break and give us something. We got something. What did we get? Water. Water, bullets, food. Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she had lost during the trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anybody else. Good deal. Dehydration tomorrow. We could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today and the numbers are not making us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that the teacher from the local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids. We're not going to do that because he's the last one. He will go insane. He will actually go insane. Alright, the cat is back. Hello, Shurkoff. He's your pet. He's a good cat. Robbing innocent people? Absolutely not. We are not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values, even in these troubled times. Especially in these troubled times. Let's set a shining example for these poor, and leave these poor people alone. To our surprise, we found Shurkoff back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care that it appreciates? Our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of suit cams? Only time will tell. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs water. Ted, you're being dramatic. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is it coming from outside, or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before it gets worse. Alright, we'll use this. This will keep him from going insane. That's really good. Keeping him sane is a priority. Alright, fatigued and hungry. A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from the ceiling. Truly, a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Shurkoff found a new toy. A bit of an innocuous wire that was ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for? But our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from the fluffy friend and investigate it? Yes. So this is part of the cat ending. It's crazy that the twins haven't came back yet. It's kind of weird, right? We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us on our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here. And the car had no wheels. Understandable. Starvation. Let's just give it to him now. The agents who were spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Yes, let's explain. Because if you talk to them, it'll continue that. If you say no, it'll let the scientist come. We don't want to do the scientist because it forces you to get sick, which makes it harder. And I believe it'll take even more time. They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us that they're on a top secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather the cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top secret missions. They assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. That's fine. Okay, no expedition. Knock, knock. The sound always surprises and confuses us. It can mean anything, good or bad, but we're always curious. Should we open it? Honestly, I think yes, but I'm nervous. We got robbed. Son of a gun. Oh, never mind. Pranksters. I thought we lost food. I was kind of upset. The way that shelf is presented right now, it's kind of weird. Oh, let's just go ahead and give him water. He's fine. Military broadcast for the flashlight. We don't have one, brother. We don't have one. At this point, I'm down to trade the radio, you know? There is nothing we can do about it. Hungry, fatigued, he is fine. Ammunition is missing, and there's no way to find it without the flashlight. Are you for cereal? I wanted to keep that ammunition. What is that noise? A door? Or is it... Can't remember. It was too dark to find those bullets without any flashlight. They aren't lost. Technically, they're still in the shelter. Technically. Hang on, what's he at? Starvation, go ahead. What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. It's reasonable to go check it out. Oh, we might be able to get the map actually before the twins show up. On day like 40 something though is kind of crazy. We got a med kit. That's fine. That's good. We found treasure down there. Pills, bottles, and other medical supplies were stacked on a few shelves in a narrow room, just enough to stock our first aid kit. Good for us. We didn't find the source of the noise. Yeah, because going down there, you have three options. You can find med kit, map, or a crocodile that injures you, and I think it's worth the risk sometimes. Using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top secret mission that will surely land us a VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition. Oh no. This could literally just end it. But we kind of have to. Please let him come back. Please let him come back. Please let him come back. Please don't take my bunker. We did it. 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 Oh! Ted left for the surface. We graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back for more information. Recon mission was a bit risky business. We had to visit neighbors that were dicey even in the best of times. Areas full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs. All of them armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seem to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope the missions are actually successful. Worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom. Wait, did I do it? Yeah, I did it. That was kind of weird. It just feels weird. But he's hurt. Good thing we've got that. And we'll give them both to celebrate. Yep. Oh, no. Okay, I thought this was the twins. I was about to be upset for the map. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sounds of a galloping horse, using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup, only they lost their way to the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map and determine their whereabouts. If I had one, I would, because they give items, and he is healed now, so we're fine. I think we're going to get the VIP escape. That's going to be a crazy one. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were very clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords, screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Sure, times are hard. There isn't much we need to shave anymore, but beards are still not welcome in this house. Okay, I'm not using the beard for that, or the axe for that. That would be bad. It's hard to keep track down here. Okay, he's about to go insane. I don't have any medicine for this. Please don't make him insane. Oh, thank goodness. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least 1 hour or 2 of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are problems we need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from the radiation sickness. Okay, he's not anything but tired and fatigued, which is fine. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss. So, okay, I'm not going to do that. So when a single brick fell from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately evaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. No, because he could get injured and I don't have a med kit. It's just not worth it. I don't need food. It gives you 1 can, you know, and I've got plenty at the moment, so. We decided to ignore the hole, the stench, and anything that might happen because of it. We've taken enough risk today. We ended up feeling a bit unwell, and later we heard something moving in the hole. A few hours after that, the smell was gone. Good deal. Dehydration tomorrow. We had the chance to meet the strangest person today. He looked like a human except with triple the amount of hands necessary. We listened to his story and about a group of folks just like him who are having a hard time scavenging supplies because of their appearance. People shoot first and ask questions later. He offered us a deal. If we share some of our supplies with them, they'll help on our next expedition to make sure we're safe. I don't need that. I don't need that because I don't have anything to protect my shelter. They'll protect me out there, but they won't protect it from people taking over my base. Took us a bit while to realize who or what we were looking at, but we managed to finally shut the door. It's good that we didn't shake his hand, and let's hope the disease is not airborne. We could have sworn we heard him cough. Dehydration. Let's just go ahead and give it to him. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. Do we have to take care of ourselves, or will someone come to our rescue? I don't have a flashlight. Ah, that's crazy. I haven't had the military ask for a flashlight in so long. And the one time I don't have it. I feel like it does that on the hard mode. It requests the items you don't have. You know? It goes out of its way to be like, you need this now. Clearly, we're trustworthy. After our last successful missions, the agent came back with another request. We are to generously provide either a couple soup cans or some water bottles for an agent in the field. They'll take care of the delivery. In return, we'll be given an encouraging pat on the back and a promise of better future in a safe government shelter. I'm gonna do... Let's see what he's at, actually. Hang on. He is hungry. So, yeah, I'm gonna do water. I think we're getting this. I don't really have a doubt in my mind. We still have a gun. We still have an axe. Oh, we're getting there. We graciously fulfilled their request. They thanked us before doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information. Ted is starvation. We'll give him food tomorrow. Our sorry excuse for dinner was interrupted by a raspy voice coming from outside saying, "Want to buy a rock?" We calmed down when we realized the voice belonged to Old Man Jim. He used to live in our town. Well, at least we think he did. We never quite figured out where he stayed. We should probably answer his question. It's impolite to keep him waiting like that. Yes. Old Man Jim, I would love to buy a rock. Okay. We opened the door and greeted the old man with a smile. He was eager to show us his bag filled with rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free, for old time's sake. We agreed, carefully chose the best looking rock, and the man left. We can't complain, it's a good rock. Also, really, also, he claimed it brings luck. We'll see about that. Okay, we'll just give them both. Shurikov considers our shelter its home now. We might as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet. Shurikov could hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat could lead to ultimate deaths. I'm not going to play with him. I'm good. I don't want him to scratch us because he does. We gave up on that crazy idea. We have a feeling this could not possibly end well. The cat seems to agree. Starvation. We've got plenty of food. We never thought we'd live to see dancing cockroaches. We still haven't, but we saw one nearly as big as a cat. The good news is they probably scared off any rats in the area. The bad news, they are huge and will probably attack us. Luckily, we got the cat. We won't have any roach issues. The cat does its job. Good job, Shurikov. Keep those roaches away. We underestimated the value of a cat in this environment. We thought we had a roach infestation on our hands, but Sherikov took care of it while we were asleep. Was it reminded of the hunting days before the bombs dropped? Was it mesmerized by the roach's glow? Or does it have an undeniable thirst for fresh cockroach blood? We'll never know why, but we're grateful that we don't have to deal with insects. By the way, make sure you subscribe if you made it this far. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what games you like to watch, roguelikes and incrementals and such. I'll try to put it on the list. But either way, yeah, I hope you're enjoying it so far. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him for a water chip. A water chip? What the heck is that? I'm not giving him our water. We don't have much. If it was for food, I'd probably give him one. Alright, I'm hoping the escape comes soon. We were sorry to explain we didn't know what a water chip was, and that we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. Knock, knock. This is always a sound that confuses us. It could mean anything, good or bad. We're always curious. Should we open it? Yes. Is this it? Is this the moment? Oh my god, we got the dead hand achievement. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh, we finally got the dead hand achievement. This was the hardest achievement that I've gone for. It has been so difficult. Holy cow, we got the Blues Brothers. We were taken out of our home in the dark of the night, hastily transported to what the agents called a presidential bunker. It's amazing, sure. The walls are similar shade of gray, but now we have a whopping 20 square feet or more to walk around while we die of boredom. The extra bucket and newspaper supply is nothing to sneeze at either. All in all, it's definitely an upgrade. Life here will surely be worth all the trouble we went through. Finally, we can sit, relax, and let somebody else empty the buckets for a change. That is so amazing. Do you know what that means? We can do the absolute final achievement right freaking now. You survived, maybe. Alright, you guys, this is it. This is the moment we have been... Oh my gosh, I've been grinding so hard for this. We have been building for this. This is the moment. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we're going to go to the main menu. We only have a singular, final achievement. It is called the Atomic Drill. We need to go to New Game. We need to do the Atomic Drill. Learn all about how to scavenge and survive in the event of a nuclear apocalypse. This tutorial is 100% approved by the establishment. Begin the adventure. Let's complete the tutorial, you guys. Let's knock this tutorial out together so we can learn how to play this game. And we will officially have 100% of the game. We will have platinum this game. And I am so excited about it. Welcome to your Atomic Scavenge Drill. Pay attention and you might just make it. Hold the grab control to skip my words. But every time you do something. No time to waste. Get moving and head to the marked point in front of you. Move it! Good job. There might just be hope for you yet. Let's keep those legs moving. One more time. You know the drill. Marker, living room, go. Move to the next... Oh, here it is. Here we go. Not bad, but you better be in good shape. There's more where that came from. Fun time's over. It's a matter of life and death now. Find your son Timmy ASAP. Where you at, Timmy? Timmy! Good thing you know the layout of your house. I bet the Reds know it too. Family comes first. Grab Timmy. He will be the first to go into your cozy shelter. That's it. Consider taking other family members too. I'll leave the exact priorities to you. Where's the mom? Wait, where is the mom? Find the highlighted soup. Can't find the highlight. Oh, I see it. Soup, an excellent choice. This can sustain your family of 4 for days. Every American atomic shelter also needs a supply of water. Hunt for some water. Is it showing us the water? It won't let us grab that. We have to find, like, the highlighted one. Why is the tutorial so hard? I'm kidding. Alright, that's enough water now, but you've got yourself a problem, Buster. You can only carry so much, and every item weighs at least one slot. You need to drop whatever you're carrying into the hatch before you can pick up more. Alright. When near the hatch, drop all items. There's a good chance they will survive the fall. Sorry I'm reading weird. This font is strange. Bingo, you got yourself a small stockpile of food, water, even little Timmy. The font's so strange to me. No one knows how long you'll be staying down there, so you'll need a radio. Alright, where's the radio? That's it. Nothing is more useful than news from the radioactive outside world. Sometimes you get a few extra seconds before the sirens sound to scout your surroundings, but after it goes off, you need to start packing. Our incredibly advanced warning system gives you 60 seconds to scavenge what you need and get yourself to safety. Let's give it a try. Collect at least 5 more items and family members in the next 60 seconds and make sure you find yourself close to the shelter when the time is up. Alright. Luckily, I'm a professional, and I'm about to just completely wipe this place out. Luckily, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I know what I'm doing now. I can finally beat the tutorial. Been training this whole time for this moment. I want the axe and I want the med kit. I'm so greedy. I'm so greedy. Oh my gosh, I'm so greedy. I did it. Collect 5 items and drop them off. I got a few more than 5, but that's okay. Now you know what to do. Now you know how to get what you need to survive, but your training is far from over. I'll see you downstairs for the survival training. At ease? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, this is so amazing. I'm so happy about this. I've been trying so hard for so long. Oh. Now, the only thing left is to get skins for the other items. Yeah, look at this shelter. I'm crazy cracked at this game. How much food and water? Oh, I'm crazy at this. All right, let's see. You made it to the shelter. Congratulations, but the drill is not over yet. You'll end up here with whatever and whoever you brought with you, nothing else. You'll need to make the most of it. The next few days will teach you how to survive down here while the world outside burns. Explore and interact with your surroundings. You can always find out useful things about your shelter and its inhabitants when your survival journal is not opened yet or hidden. First things first, we must ration food and water. If you don't wine and dine yourself and the folks you brought with you, you can bet your bottom dollar none of you will ever see the light of day again. As long as you have food and water available, ration it out to a given person by selecting the picture of a can or bottle of water at their portrait, or instantly ration out both by clicking on the character's image. Of course, you might save your supplies for later, but a normal person can only survive 4 days without water. As to food, the longer you deny your people rations, the weaker they will get and might eventually get sick. Even if you manage to cure them, it will take you quite a few cans and a lot of time to replenish their strength. Ted, Dolores, Mary Jane, and Mr. Timmy. Alright, since this is your first day down here, you'll need to get used to your surroundings. Believe me, ventilation hum can drive anyone nuts if you don't occupy yourself with something to do. Go get some decent rest and we'll carry on tomorrow. Nighty-night. Yes, this is so cool. I'm so happy. They need better hats. Oh, I missed it. Doosh, 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 doosh. There we go. Hang on, she has to have one too, right? There we go. Alright, good morning survivalists, I hope you slept well, bed's comfy enough? No? Well, you better get used to it since you'll be staying here for a while. Well, let's start today's activities with rationing since you'll need to do it every day, but after that we will move on to something else. Got your attention? Good. Now listen, there's a risk you will run out of supplies eventually. Everything can be useful, but food and water are critical in your survival. If they're gone, you will be gone sooner than you can say corn dog, so sometimes you will need to send people to the surface and bring more supplies. You do this by preparing an expedition a day before it actually departs. Be careful though, tired survivors can never be a part of an expedition. Today we will skip preparations and jump directly to sending somebody brave out. Alright, we don't need to feed anybody, but we can send somebody out. Sending people out into the wasteland is no walk in the park. Do it early or without a gas mask, then you can bet it's a suicide mission for them. Send healthy and well-fed people. Sick, hurt, or crazy people are more likely to perish out there. You can send one person at a time. Let's give it a try. This time you'll need to send somebody out, but if you ever want to skip a trip to the surface, don't select anyone. Who should go out? We'll send Timmy. He's my favorite character. He's always treated me well, especially in the beginning when I first started these. Alright. This is a drill, so your explorer will come back after a little while, but in the event of a real apocalypse, they might be gone for a couple of days. In the meantime, you'll be faced with other problems that'll test your limits. I'm talking about making decisions that can break even the best of men's moral spine. We'll see what clay you're made of, but first, ration your food with food and water. We don't want anyone starving now, do we? Alright, are they hungry or anything? Don't really need to. I'm an army man, so I don't know a second thing about imagination, but you could probably use yours. Picture the scenario. You come across your kid's hamster, who in some bizarre way found a way into the shelter. The kids are obviously going to love it, and so will you. There's nothing better than food that comes to you on its own. Now, it's up to you. Do you cook them? I'm not cooking the hamster. Okay, I'm just not going to cook the hamster. That's a wild situation. I had a hamster once, and he died because he went under the couch. And he wouldn't come out like the whole day. And my dad and brother lifted the couch. And I went to grab my hamster. But my brother was young. And he couldn't hold the couch up. And you can guess what happened. It was one of the saddest days of my life. He was my little buddy. And I miss him. R.I.P. Good choice. The little furry guy can stay and fatten up. It'll make a bigger meal in a few days. And maybe it's the only source of food if you run out of cans. Alright, we'll go ahead and just do their dehydration, why not? You might be faced with decisions that require you to use your equipment. However, sometimes you might find you don't have the one item that you were supposed to save that day. To save the day. So make sure you scavenge the right supplies before the blast. Keep in mind, every item can be used for something. What do you want to do today? Clean a rifle, listen to the radio, or maybe play shadow bunnies using your flashlights. We'll listen to the radio. The radio is critical to establishing communication with the U.S. Army, as well as listening out for any trouble that might be headed your way. If you get lucky, maybe you'll catch some music too. Good news, everyone! The expedition is back. Sometimes they'll return with extra supplies, sometimes they won't. Other times they'll come back with a nasty injury or even radiation sickness. Believe me, you don't want to get those. I hear glowing in the dark isn't as fun as it sounds. This time, your explorer was hurt, but they will recover after a proper use of first aid kit. You can use one during rationing. Okay, nobody's hungry or thirsty or anything. You need at least one alive adult to keep going. If you send your only survivor to the surface, you won't know what's happening in your bunker until they come back. And when they do, your shelter might already belong to someone else. A decent padlock may protect it, but not for long. This was a busy day. Take your time and get some sleep. If you made it this far, you're doing great. And you have a chance at getting out of this foxhole. Hopefully soon, but don't quote me on that. Day 6. Alright. We've only just sent someone outside. Let's give it another go today, shall we? The first time you were only asked to pick one unlucky... I don't know what that means. BA1? Brave volunteered to say that... I don't understand this little part right here. This looks weird. This time you will also get a chance to equip your explorer with some useful gear. Feed your troops and I'll see you at the shelter entrance. Okay. We don't need to feed anybody except for him, I guess. I don't think it matters. Let's just send them out heavily equipped and ready to go, baby. Let's send them out ready to go. Morning, people. You're probably asking yourself one simple question. What's the point of sitting in this atomic shelter? Why don't I just leave? Well, leaving is a death sentence. If the radioactive sickness doesn't kill you, then the giant scorpions will. You can trust me on that. Your one chance is our boys arriving to rescue you. So every good citizen needs to do one thing. Seek contact with the U.S. military and wait for rescue. No. The rescue ain't coming today, but we'll come and get you eventually. You need to keep your radio operational and be ready to venture out into the waste. However, you also need to be careful. It might not be only our soldiers out there. There could be bandits, or worse, commies. Just imagine what would happen if the Reds discover you. So, let's agree to the rules for this drill. You only open this door if someone knocks 2 times. Am I clear? 2 knocks. 2 knocks. Is that an actual hint? That's an actual hint to the escape? Are you for cereal? Okay. I could have used that information. Okay, so he came back, loaded up. You'll need to remember that some days will be very intense. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. That's why any day that gives you a break is a blessing. You'll need to make sure that you make the most of it. Eat, drink, and relax. And while thinking about those commie guys who don't have comfy bunkers like you, that thought always gets me through the day. Okay, our expedition went directly visiting the primary school, not for education, of course. Oh no, we were desperate for supplies, and the school was our best chance of getting them. Everybody adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80, and everything she touched tasted great. Smelled of tomato, and now we know her secret: tomato canned soups. The biology class had an aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed them, but the aquarium water could still be drinkable. There was enough for 2 bottles. While exploring the wastelands, we got a bit tired and decided to take a short rest. It's a good thing we took the cards. Nowadays, there aren't that many things more relaxing than a round of solitaire under the greenish radioactive sky. When we were about to go, we noticed a few bottles stuck in the junk. We were about to pass through the ruins of a bar. We ran into a soup vending machine. We couldn't find any spare change, so we decided prying with the checker pieces. It worked. We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Okay, so we lost the axe. We'll just go ahead and give them some water. As long as you keep your shelter stocked and remain cautious, you should be okay. However, every choice you make may come back to bite you in the butt. Even after a few days or weeks, consider your options carefully. This is a drill, but if the nukes start dropping, it'll be a totally different story. Okay. Day 9. I wonder, do we have to actually do a full run with the tutorial? Is that what this is? If I were you, I'd check out the door. Our extraction team might be coming for you any day now, but be careful. This is a post-apocalyptic scenario, and you never know what's coming. Hungry, 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 hippo. Someone's at the door. You can hear several knocks. If you listen closely, you can make out sequences of 3 knocks. Do you open? He said 2 knocks. I'm not falling for your trap, brother. Day 10. Good call. That wasn't the knock you were waiting for. Caution at all times. Remember that. Be cautious. Apply yourself, and maybe you and your family will be just fine. Or at least, most of you. Hungry, thirsty, hungry, hungry, hippo. As you were counting imaginary sheep in your head, another series of knocks broke your concentration. Someone is really hammering at your door. Probably not taking no for an answer. 2 knocks. 2 knocks. The pattern keeps repeating. Do you open the door? Yes, please. Oh, is this that quick? Atomic drill complete. This is officially 100% of the game. We have platinumed the game. We are good to go. It is a beautiful thing. Good job. You're safe and sound in with our brave soldiers. And now, we can all have some apple pie. You deserve it. You spent 11 days in the shelter. Sheesh. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy about this. I'm going to be honest with you. Alright, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment and like the video. It's never been a catchphrase. That is something that truly does help the channel. I'm so happy for all the people that have come along. I have 164 subscribers. There is 165 of us that are enjoying this content because I am one included. And I just want to thank you guys so much for just coming along with this journey with me. It has been an absolute blast. I'm going to continue to play roguelikes. I'll continue to play this game as well. I'm going to try to get the skins for the rest of the items. I've got plans for a series for the Echoes of Ironcrad, which is a different style of game. It's only going to be maybe one video a week, and it's in hardcore mode, so if I die, it's over. And I just really enjoy that anime, so I really want to play the game. And other than that, I'm going to be doing a lot of other roguelikes and incrementals, so stick around, and, once we get to a monetized level and I can go part-time with my job at some point, it's way off in the future. I dream big. Can't help it. But once I get to that point, I'm going to create a second channel that's going to be mostly focused on horror content and reading horror stories. For now, here and there, I'll post some horror videos on this channel, but I would like to separate those two. But either way, I genuinely, sincerely appreciate everything. All the comments and likes, I see them. It makes my day. It really does. I hope you have a good day. I hope tomorrow is even better, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.